To everybody out there in social media land, what's going on? It's your boy Mike Tees, aka King Grizzly. Today, I'm going to show you guys how to flip out a canvas. It's an 18 by 24. You can get them at Joann's, Michael's, Walmart, or off the World Wide Web. Here's some previous versions of some canvases I've already done. And I want to make sure that I showed the back of this canvas. I love the ones with the extra support wood in the back. Because you don't apply that much pressure, so it helps, trust me. To get the job done, we're using the Cricut handheld press, my trusty dusty, and sometimes I gotta use that mini to get inside those tight little corners. Shout out to 12 Gone Apparel, aka Seek Paris. The Grizzly image is super dope. Holler at my boy if you need any of that work done. But yeah, inside that King Grizzly, it says crispy. I don't know if you guys caught that. And then you can see the prints down there. And basically, my website and stuff was established in 2024. And Grizz with that double up on the letters as far as the colors. A lot of times when throwing together designs for an image that you may have, you have to play with fonts, and that's what I do a lot of the time. So when I'm in Affinity Design or Affinity Photo, I take the chance to go through the library. Here's some acrylic spray that you can put over it. I haven't had much luck when it comes to using this clear coat. The last time I used it, it made the DTF look kind of funky. It did puff up, but overnight after sitting, it went back to normal. I just didn't like the reaction that it gave. So now I'm going to take my time and press all over this canvas. Now I'm not applying any pressure, but I am using that middle support beam that I showed you guys in the beginning of this. It's important to note that it is a canvas, and a canvas is used usually for painting. So I figured why not put some DTF on it, and then later if I would like to go back, I can use some spray paint. I can do a little finger painting, or I can use some color Sharpies or some Posca markers, just depending on what vibe I'm in right now, you know. As of recent, I haven't got to make it to that second part in the design because I've been wanting to do it live on TikTok. Still moving the Cricut handheld press around the image, making sure to hit it twice, 3 times, sometimes 4 times, because I'm not applying any pressure to this. I'm letting the actual canvas support the heat platen. My bad, y'all. It's coming together. So basically what I want is for the actual DTF transfer to just adhere to the canvas. I'm not looking for it to be pressed all the way into it like I'm trying to wash it, or that I'm going to put it in a dryer or anything like that. After all, it is a canvas. The canvas is only going to be worn on the wall. But I do want to make sure that I do apply enough pressure or adequate pressure so that it actually stays on the canvas permanently. So while I'm into it and I'm into explaining this video, I'm going to hop into a little story time. You guys know your boy loves to travel, and I like to hit all the events that's coming up the following year within the print industry and now in the shoe industry. I found that the shows, being there in person, you get to network and meet with all sorts of people that may be watching you on the internet, and you get to make that personal bond or that connection, something that they're not going to forget about, you know, months or even years down the road from when you guys met. I say all that to say this: I made acquaintances. I found out how real people really are outside of this YouTube world, the different mannerisms and just the different cultures all together. That's why I love to attend the shows and travel, not only just to get the knowledge and to see the newest, latest trends or toys, I would like to say adult toys, but to actually network with folks, maybe set up possibilities. Those possibilities being content, you know, content creation or even partnership. You just got to get out there. You can't be scared to mingle. Still moving along with this heat press, this Cricut handheld press, and we're getting ready to do the lift. All right, I accidentally tore it moving too quick, but it was expected. I'm peeling slow. Ooh, I got a little lift right there, so I'm going to go ahead and push that back down. agitate a little bit with my nails, and I'm gonna apply some heat with that handheld press again. This time just solely using that corner, that tip, to get inside that G. That's the target area that didn't stick when I was trying to remove the actual carrier sheet. Shout out to people that be making these extra long videos too with these voiceovers. It's a lot of work, man. Alright, now you can see I'm just going back over it, and now I'm going to go to every letter and make sure that I just tap it at least once, because I'm going to try to peel this off without having any of the canvas or the DTF rip. It's looking nice. You'll hear me say this time and time again, your imagination is going to become your biggest friend whenever creating anything. Wherever your imagination goes, that's where your creativity seems to follow. And I mean, it goes to everything. If you're making videos, you got to be creative. You're using your imagination. You're thinking of different signs. Let me pause real quick to talk. See how I'm moving this up off of here? I'm moving it at a fast but steady rate, but careful rate, because I don't want to tear any parts of the DTF image. And sometimes you'll have a part that'll just be stubborn and don't want to adhere to the actual canvas. Yeah, but back to creativity and imagination. It doesn't matter if you're making films, if you're creating shoes, if you're doing designs on apparel, cutting hair, in all walks of life. Your imagination / creativity go hand in hand. And if you got that creative buzz or knowledge or urge, I'm slurring and stuttering over my words, I'm talking too much, it tends to show. It's called creative expression. Why not make money off of it if you know that you're going to put out a quality product? Alright, so we got that carrier sheet up off of there, just examining the actual artwork, seeing if everything laid down, which it seemed to have. Now I just want to apply the other test strip to the bottom just so it matches the top. I'm always trying to figure out ways to recycle the actual DTF print, even if it's messed up from us, or if like there was any lines or too much powder. I like to still take those. So now I just doubled it up with a extra carrier sheet that I had to press that testing strip onto the actual canvas. And I'm just rubbing my hands, just making sure everything laid down nicely, which it seemed to have, and letting that testing strip cool a little bit. One word of advice I can give, since I've been doing this, is you want to make sure that these DTF prints have definitely cooled down before you try to peel. Because if you do it while it's hot, you'll tend to stretch it, especially if it didn't stick to the canvas, or you'll warp it and it will look crazy. I've had it happen, trust. Alright, so now we're getting ready to attempt to tear this off, and it looks ugly at that end. We'll clean it up, no problem. Just taking my time with it. Another thing is, when doing these canvases, you have to have time and patience, especially if you want it to come out looking dope. If not, I would just say don't do it, because you're going to have them times where that DTF transfer does not stick or adhere to the canvas for whatever reason. You may have to go over it several times. And the more passes that you do with the heat, the more it sinks down into the canvas. So part of the picture will look shiny or it'll look dull, depending on how many times the heat press actually hit it. You can fix this issue by just making sure that you go over equally that picture or that image that you're trying to adhere to the canvas. Make sure that you're doing aligned, and counting and going back over it. But here's the finished version, y'all. I think it came out super dope. I would definitely do this. If you have any questions, please drop a comment. Please share this out and subscribe, y'all. Stuff like this is getting ready to go to my subscriptions, my sub onlys or whatever. And TikTok, I need to get my live back so I can show the people what I'm doing out here. I'm just trying to grit. That's all. That's one from the past right there. Another dope one. I was thinking about doing some music plaques and maybe some, head portraits. We'll see. But until the next one, y'all, let's